Hi, in this video I am going to discuss about two important property which are justify content and align items. So basically this justify content property is work on the main axis and align item property work on the cross axis. So when you have set flex direction row, which is by default, at that time this x axis will be the main axis and this y axis will be the cross axis. In the similar way, when we set flex direction column, so at that time this y axis become the main axis and this x axis become the cross axis. So at that time justify content property will align the flex item in the vertical direction and this align item property will align the flex item on the horizontal direction. So it is just opposite to this when we have set flex direction as row. So quickly open the VS Code and I am going to create one more HTML file which is flexbox justify and align dot HTML. So here just change the title to justify and align items. I am going to save it and also I am going to launch this. Okay. So first here I am going to take one h1 . Okay, so this is the heading justify and align items demo, and now I'm going to take here one parent div and I'm going to pass the class as flex container. Okay, and inside this I'm going to define child div. And I'm going to give the class as flex item, this one. Here I am going to give two class. First one is flex item and second one is item 1. So just copy it and paste few more times. So here we need to change this class name to item 2, item 3 and item 4. I'm going to save this and here give some text. Item 1, item 2 and item 3 and item 4. Save it. So here we can see so this is the 4 item of the parent container. Now here I am going to define some style. So first give the font family style. We can choose anyone. I am choosing this one. I am going to save this, and after font style I am going to give the style to this flex items. So the class is flex items. Okay, use this class here and first set the width to 200 pixel and height also 200 pixel, and background color we can choose coral, and border 1 pixel, sorry, okay, 1 pixel, solid black. I'm going to save it. So here we can see, and now I'm going to give the style to this parent container. So I'm going to use this class flex container and background we can choose this light blue, and width is 100%, and height we can choose 400 pixel. I'm going to save this. Okay, now I'm going to set one more property here, display flex. Now I'm going to save it. Now you can see the difference. All the items are aligned side by side here. So here, as we know, by default the flex direction is row. Okay, I'm going to save it. No change because it is by default. So after this I'm going to set the property which is justify content. So here we can see if the flex direction is row, then the main axis is the x axis. Okay, so justify content property will change the flex item, or you can say align the flex item on the x axis. So we can see justify content flex start. I'm going to save it. There is no change because it is already on the leftmost side. Okay, so it is by default, and so it is already on the left side of the web page, so that's why it's having no effect. And again justify content, if we set flex, we have flex end also. So I'm going to save it. Here we can see it is shifted to the right side of the web browser. So this is the two property of justify content, and so here the latest property is having the effect, it is overriding the last property. Okay, so that's why if you don't comment it, then also it will fine. Justify content, we can set center. I'm going to save it. So here the items are aligned in the center of the web page. The same way, justify content, we have space around, save it. So here we can see the equal space we can see on the this y-axis. Okay, and we have one more, justify content space between. So here the space of the left and right side is disappeared. Okay, in the same way we can check one more property, justify content, there space evenly. So there are many value, you can check by yourself also. So this is similar to the space around. Okay, space evenly. So this is all about the justify content property. And now the second property is align items. So align items will work on the cross axis. Okay, in this direction, this y axis. So set the align items to flex start. We have flex end also. So it is just shifted to the upward side. Okay, flex start. And if I am giving align item to flex end, and I am going to save it. So here it is shifted to the bottom. In the similar way, I'm going to comment these two. Okay, align items center. Okay, so here it is aligned to the center. Okay, it working on the this y axis. Okay, it is aligning the element in this direction vertically. In the similar way, we have align items, we have stretch. I'm going to save it. So it is not stretching the whole container width, because you have set the height here to 200 pixel. That's why I'm going to change it to 100 pixel, and I'm going to save it. And for this I'm going to change it to 800 pixel. Okay, why it is not aligning? Line item. sorry, we need to just remove this property. Okay, we no need to change it because it is fixed to the 100 pixel. It will not, so that's why it not stretching to the whole height of the browser. I'm going to save it. So here we can see your item is stretching to the whole height of the container. So these are some property of justify content and align item, and we can set the flex direction also. Okay, so just remove this and move to the original state, 200 pixel, and we don't need this. Okay, now it is in center. So now I'm going to change the flex direction. So previously it is flex direction row. Now I'm going to set flex direction as column. I'm going to save it. So here we can see the difference. If we set the flex direction as column, so what will happen? Now the main axis will be the y axis and the cross axis will be the x axis. Okay, and justify content property work on the main axis and align item property work on the cross axis. So if I'm going to set the justify item, sorry, this justify content as center. So justify content work on the main axis, it means on the vertical direction. There is no effect because it already takes to the whole width of the, sorry, whole height of the browser, that's why. So if I'm going to change it to height 100 pixel, then you can see the change here. Okay, now our item is vertically aligned in the center by using this this justify content property. If I am going to comment it, then you can see the changes. Okay, so it just taking the this property. Okay, that's why. So it is already mixed up. So here I am going to comment all these property. Okay, all this previous property I'm going to comment. So now their flex direction is column and justify content is center. Okay, I'm going to, so here we can see if there is no justify content is set, then the item is aligned to the left and topmost corner. If I am setting the justify content as center, then it will align vertically. Okay, and justify content flex int, flex start, it is already flex start, and I'm going to set the flex int. So here sorry, so this is the flex int, it is set to the bottom, and if I'm going to use flex start, sorry, justify content flex start, then it will set to the top left corner. Okay, so this is justify content work on the main axis when the flex direction is column. It means it align the item vertically. And here we can set few more property also. Justify content, we can set space between. I'm going to save it. So here it stretch to the whole width of the parent container. Okay, so this is the justify content property, and we have align item property also. So here I'm going to set this one also, align items to center. So here the items are aligned to the center. Okay. So here I'm going to comment these three. So here you can see align item is having this effect. It just aligning the our item to the center. And we have one more, align item flex int property also we have. So here I'm going to set it, line items flex int. So as we know, align item here working on the cross axis. So here the cross axis is the x axis. Okay, so it will align the item in the horizontal direction. So now I'm going to save this. Here it just shifted the element to the rightmost corner. So this is about the justify content and align item property. And we have one more property, which is align self. Sorry, okay, so align self. Align self means it just pointing to the one single item. So here I'm going to take this class item2, item2, and align self. We can set any direction, like we can set align self center, then the item 2 will be aligned on the center. Here we can see. Okay, in the similar way also we can set for item 2 also. Okay, align self flex start. Sorry, not for item 2, for item 3. Okay, so here this is the item 3, just align to the start, and this self align center. Okay, so this is all about the justify content and align item property. Thank you for watching this video.